Well, this next story should shock the daylights out of you. You ought to do something about it. It's an outrage. Little teeny children, as young as 2 years old, being exposed to cross-dressers, homosexuals who dress up as women and are called so-called drag queen. You say, well, that's something maybe for some weird television show or something, but no, it's from us, it's a few miles away from this place where I'm sitting right now in the studio. There's a library where they're hosting these events where men are dressed as women, and they've got all kinds of makeup on, and they're men acting like women. And they used to, out in San Francisco, used to call them he-she's. And they're reading books to children. And it's called the Drag Queen Story Hour. Well, you'd better get outraged about this, and many people are, but library officials cited a recent event in Virginia and said it fits their city's vision of inclusion and diversity. Give me a break. If you read the Bible, there are a couple of cities where they actually, the men tried to have sex with angels who were then as male figures, and God destroyed those cities. And the crime was called, subsequent to that, it was called sodomy. This whole thing is just an outrage. It's an affront in the eyes of God. And I think that's what we're trying to do, is to stick our fingers in God's eyes and say, okay, Lord, you thought you were making people men and women. And that's what the Bible says, male and female, he made them, as part of his creation. But we're going to fix it so that we're going to confuse the sexes. We're going to confuse everything you're doing, and then we're going to murder as much as if we have offspring as a result of our sexual activity out of marriage, we're going to kill the offspring, and we'll stick our fingers in your eye and show you who's boss. That was the original crime. That's what led to the destruction of the Tower of Babel, and it's what led to the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. And the United States of America is on very slippery ground. I did a little feature with Scott Ross, and we'll talk about how to be blessable. That's one of the things we're going to make available. But one of the things was, God bless America. How is God going to bless America if we put our finger in his eyes repeatedly? And that's what we're doing. So it's not just some library that's going to be in trouble. It's the whole population when God brings judgment.